Well, I feel like I guess, Jay, what you saying with two things can exist. This is the slippery slope.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of things on the grassroots level start out with a pure idea. With the whole Black Lives Matter thing, it's okay. Let's get together. Let's create awareness about these Black lives that are being taken by these senseless acts of violence.
Absolutely.
So the idea was pure, but once it gained traction and national media and stuff, it gets it gets warped into something that it didn't start out as.
Right.
And honestly, bro, like me personally, I know a lot of people that don't really get down with Black Lives Matter anymore because they feel like it has warped into something else. So it's just like it's a sticky situation. It's kind of a catch-22 because I feel like we talking solutions. I feel like the Black community now more than ever needs leadership. But we all know what happens when Black people get leadership. We get infiltrated. They can pay a nigga to come and take out our leader, and a nigga will do that shit. He'll take
Exactly.
$100,000 to go kill, you know what I'm saying, whoever's rising up and trying to unify us.
And why?
So
Because
that's add-on.
of me and mines.
Yeah,
Exactly. That
to
mentality.
mindset.
That's a hood.
To-
That's a hood mentality.
To add
bro.
on, and I was just about to say,
I don't want to say hood.
Yes.
I say a survivalist mentality. I'll say that.
I like that better.
and guess what? That man, he made that decision to.
Right. Because he
Prime-
wanted that check.
Prime example. Here's an example, right? Where Fred Hampton was the Black Panther Party, right? Now, the guy, William, he was sent in by the FBI to take down Fred Hampton and the Black Panthers because why? William was a thief. William stole the car. So the government said, okay, William, you stole this car. Here's what we're going to do, right? We'll give you a business, a house, and money and
The
everything
American
you
dream.
need.
Yeah.
But you gotta take out Fred Hampton and the Black Panther Party. So in that interrogation room, William had that choice to say, you know what? I'm not gonna sell out my own people. Or A, I'm gonna do this for my own personal gain. And
Bro,
William
that's-
chose that.
And that's on some deep shit. That's some man shit because we talking about me and mine. Ultimately, that's all you really want to do as a man is raise up to a certain level to where you can take care of you and yours, your wife, your kids, and we good over here. You know what I'm saying? That's what most men want to do. Most men are not going to be the community leader. And I mean, there are certain people that want to do that.
You're speaking, right?
But at the end of the day, it's like, yo, we good over here. Like, the world is the world, but we good over here. So can you blame the person that would take the payoff like that?
Because it's like, bro, like, as a man, I vibe with that. Because it's like, bro, all I care about is me and mine.
Right.
And that's what is glorified on social media. It's like, don't give a fuck about anybody else. Take care of you, your families. That's it. The rest of these motherfuckers out here are evil and out for themselves. Only
Two
thing you need
things
to
can
worry
exist
about.
at one time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But it's like, it's counterproductive because you are taking a closed-minded philosophy towards an open-minded life, aka open-minded God. That's what life is. Our life is open. But see, we sit here and we try to explain life through these closed-minded concepts. You know where it really comes from? All this motherfucking look out for me and mine. It comes from a position of powerlessness. You got hurt by some motherfuckers. Motherfuckers broke your heart or backstabbed you. And the thing is, it might be like no more than 5 people, maybe 6. But because those 5, 6 people hurt you, now you're going to sit here and label the rest of these motherfuckers as no motherfucking good. It's just about me and mine. And now all of a sudden, look, now you sitting here in a position of powerlessness. And now you spreading that to your kids. And then your kids are spreading that to their kids. And now all we have...
You know, you fucked that word up, bro.
You talking about
Powerlessness.
Hey, look.
Powerlessness.
Hey, look, new freezer. but like, we spread it to our kids, and now we have a generation of people that literally just like don't trust nobody, and that's toxic. That's not the way that we meant. That's not the way we're meant to live, and the way we're supposed to live. And just to add on to what you were saying earlier, in terms of it started out as a pure idea with Black Lives Matter. That's the problem with motherfucking, honestly, everything. You can see that with religion. Motherfuckers is not religious nowadays. Motherfuckers is spiritual, but they're not religious. But I guarantee you, the
'Cause
point of
we see
religion
corruption.
was supposed to
Yeah.
be spirituality. But because the same thing, if I tell you a story, then you tell Rel a story, then Rel, you tell John a story, then you tell Raekwon a story, then Raekwon tells Tasha Yonda. Like, it's going to get diluted,
Yeah.
right? And it goes back, just to shorten what I'm trying to say up, all solutions exist contextually within the situation it finds himself in. There's no such thing as all solutions fit. That's why Christianity doesn't work in every single culture. That's why Islam doesn't work in every single culture. You know what I'm saying? And that's why the problem I have with, I'm getting a little off topic, but that's the problems I have with Christians, because they feel like that Christianity is a one size fit all. Don't you think that God would have the intelligence to actually mold himself in different faiths in order to touch different people?
Jay, let me ask you, because Rel said something that I've just been thinking it since he said it, bro. Because I guess I'm coming from an aspect of like, yo, like I feel like the black community now than ever needs leadership. But Rel said, what did you say, Rel, about the independent? You said basically like every man needs to go his own. What did you say?
So
Needs to go
men going their own way.
So how do you feel about that? Because if we talking solutions, do we need to lock in and just do our own thing, or do we need to try to coalesce together, even though we know at some point we could be easily infiltrated by a check?
I'm
Because
gonna answer this.
That's the biggest fear,
okay.
bro. That's
All
the
right.
biggest fear. Us
All
getting
right.
a leader and he's just gonna get
All right.
assassinated. We seen it
All
happen
right.
before.
So-
That's how we got here. Like niggas went to Africa and gave them niggas a bag and sent niggas over here. Like that's how we got here.
So niggas, so niggas.
So
Yeah.
Niggas, so niggas.
this is a question that I love getting asked, but I'm passionate about, but it's a question that cannot have a concrete answer. It can't have an answer at all. But I'm gonna tell you it, and if you receive it, you receive it. If you don't, you don't. So every man, woman, everything has to go its own way. It has to. At the end of the day, the most productive thing to me is for a person to trust within the person that they are, aka the king or queen or god or goddess that they are. The problem with that is we're sitting here talking, having this conversation, but the point of this conversation usually is how can I translate this to other people and to everybody as a totality? At the end of the day, what works for me or even the three of us might not work for the next motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
In essence, in its true essence, in the God type energy, it does. But we have different approaches. We have different cultures and behaviors that we participate in. We have different ways of going about things than other people. It's the same thing with religion or religion. Motherfuckers get in wars because of the stories that they like to tell about what God is. And ultimately, everybody wants to be happy and peaceful. That's what everybody's really trying to do. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, I can't tell people, I can't tell you what peace looks like. I can only express myself as honestly and openly, as genuinely as I possibly can. It can be potent, but at the end of the day, I cannot force feed you my experience because existence is subjective in its innermost nature. You literally are nothing but Tyron's experience. When I dap you up, you don't feel me. You feel the sensations in your hand as a result of touching me. Your whole life, you are literally just feeling yourself. You're feeling God on all types of levels. You're not feeling anything outside yourself. So when it comes to questions like these, the reason that they're so tough is because it's not something we can't explain to people how to move forward together. Because that conversation has to include you too. Has to include everybody watching and everybody not watching. Because everybody, hold on, I'm about to finish. Everybody not watching and watching. It includes their experiences. It includes their own personal way of going about things. And at the end of the day, I don't have any control over that. The only control I have is Michael Jackson, rest in peace, is the man in the mirror and the person that I am, the person that I choose to be in my own relationship with God or whatever you want to call it. So I would just, that's my answer. I know it probably is vague, but
I'm gonna just say
that's my answer.
diversity. I'm gonna come back to it. Go ahead, bro.
Okay. Here we go. So we all fuck with 19 Keys, right?
19.
So we fuck, shout out 19 Keys. I fuck with 19 Keys and the whole Nation of Islam, right? So, for example, 19 Keys mission and the Nation of Islam, they're saying, hey, you know what? We need to get some land and get our own shit and create a whole black society. But me, I'm already like seeing past everything because I'm like, wait, if we get our own society of just us as
That'll be
niggas,
beautiful, right?
it'll be very, very beautiful. But human nature is human nature.
Right. It's
Guess
still gonna
what?
be problems.
It's still gonna be problems.
Wakanda, that's
With
Disney shit.
Yeah, it really is.
Within
Respect.
us.
Problems.
It's still gonna be some problems. Now it's just us having that beef and conflicts and problems just with us now. So now we got our own city, our own thing with just strictly black folks. But guess what? It's still gonna be some disagreements within us.
I agree with that, bro. And I don't mean to come off as somebody that's just bashing the black community because I've been hearing what I've been saying. I don't want to be taken that way. I love my brothers and sisters.
Taiwan is
And
pro-black.
I'm just
Right.
bro, everything in here is black. If you
You
look
feel me?
around, besides
Besides
we got
rap.
Sammy Davis Jr. Sammy Davis Jr. But I got a picture of T'Challa back there. Y'all don't even see, man. Like
Recipe to chop.
I just really, my thing is when you, I guess it's just the way I came up, man. Like Zayden was talking about experiences and stuff like that. When you just come up with certain male role models and stuff,
Right.
you get used to kind of like constructive criticism. You get used to hearing what they say and not taking it to heart, but seeing what I can, you know what I'm saying, take from this and add to myself. So when I talk about, you know, quote unquote, black on black crime and the mentality that I feel like a lot of people in that survivalist mentality have against each other, I'm not attacking you. I'm not condemning you. I just want us to rise up from this point.
You challenging them because you want to see better for us. Because
I
right
do,
now
yeah.
we're fucked up.
to quote Martin Luther King, we came a long way, but we got a long way to go. And that's where
Long
you're
way
coming
to
from.
go.
You know, it's not like you know what I mean, you victifying anybody or vilifying anybody. It's just like, yo, we have these problems in our communities and we need to fix them. And we do. You know what I mean? But I think that's the point of life. There's always gonna be problems, but like facing these problems head on with your chest out, your head high, and your crown higher. You know what I mean? But see, that's the tough part about these questions. Like questions are meant to be lived, not answered. So
yeah, and that's the whole part of this podcast, period, bro. It's like we want to have conversations that we feel like the masses ain't really having, and we may be having. You may have these conversations behind closed doors with your friends, but we're putting this out there for the public, for everybody that we fuck with, for everybody that we fuck with, and everybody that's gonna, you know, be drawn to this podcast and be like, oh, y'all talking about some real shit. Like whether you agree with it or not, whether you get mad or not, we putting it out here. And you may even form your own opinions when you hear us, but we're having this conversation to just get the dialogue going.
And a dialogue needs to be had. You know, going back to what really I've been saying the whole time, all perspectives need to be brought to the table. And if you really listen to us, we're not bashing anybody. We're trying to include as many perspectives as we possibly can. But we need to make sure they're all heard and make sure they're all understood. And even our own internal questions and struggles, we need to bring that forth. Because if we bring that forth in an open and honest and genuine way, I know I keep saying it, but that's the way I live my life. I can't go wrong with that. And you might take it another way, and I mean, that's okay. But at the end of the day, it's all love. It's all love. And
Exactly.
pretty much the thing that we're trying to preach right here is we need to move forward with love.
Yeah, facts. Jay, I wanted to say to respond to what you said, maybe like a couple questions back when I said diversity. Yes, a lot of people, everybody has a different perspective on life. People have different experiences that they go through that form who they are as a person. And that's why I feel like diversity is important. When I say that, so take it from a company standpoint, right? You have a corporation and your board of directors, your division management, everybody's just white. Who you gonna hire? A bunch of white people. You know what I'm saying? It's you just off gate, just if it's 5 white people here, they see somebody that doesn't look like them, it's just natural, it's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The same thing when we are coming from this mentality versus somebody that's in a survivalist mentality. They're like, oh, fuck them niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all y'all privileged, y'all up in this crib. I'm out here in the trenches for real. So that's why I feel like diversity is important. We need leaders, plural with an S. We need leaders in these communities, in every community,
Absolutely.
so that they can voice the opinion of their community. They can all. We need a big round table, bro. Like on some war council shit. Like we need a
Some
round
international
table.
shit.
That's what I'm saying. We need a war table where it's like, yo, like, hey, we had 35 homicides in my community last year. This is what my people are saying. What can we do about this? Well, somebody else on the council, last year we had this going on. This is what we implemented. How about y'all do this? Well, my people not really gonna respond to that because, so and so did this, and then the police got called. So, we gotta be able to, even though we're different people, we have different experiences. We have to be able to still come together and bounce things off of each other and take what you can from it. Like you gotta, even like I was talking about earlier, like I like talking to the OGs. Yo, it's a different time period. The world is different from what they were doing. So I can't move the same way that they move, but I'm going to listen to them and take what I can get from it.
Because there's a shared reality that y'all share, but they didn't grow up in the same world that you grew up in. But that goes to show exactly what you're saying. Diversity is unity because diversity is the thing that we all share. That's why
unity through our differences.
Exactly. That diversity literally is the same thing as unity. And it needs to be embedded within our psyche, not only as Black people, but as people across the board. And I'm sitting there listening to you, and bro, honestly, that's the way our government really should operate. Nigga, we got senates in every fucking state. We got House of Representatives. We got representatives in damn near motherfucking every single county. Like, that's the way we should work. But it goes back to, nigga, as time goes on, it just seems like the main point gets diluted and the main point gets just lost. And this is the first thing that is popping up in my head. I'm looking at this on a life and death and spiritual level. Things are born and they die. They leave. Things come and things go. So are we just fighting the natural course of things? Is this just, are we viewing this as a problem, but this is just maybe the way shit just goes? Or are we actually trying to make progress and try to actually create a permanent light that always shines? And is that actually feasible?
On some philosophy shit, what was his name? The philosopher, his name's Albert Camus, I think he said.
This nigga been reading, boy.
He said, life has no meaning. It's just you got to give it meaning.
You give it meaning. You create it.
And this is what I'm saying. Like,
that's deep. I'm messing with it.
How you perceive the world is on you. Like, you can look at this shit from a very Disney fairy tale, lollipops, everything sweet and candy.
New Freezer.
Or you look at this shit as very demon time, demonic, dark.
It could be a red pill, nigga.
Sadistic. Or that.
Or you can do both. You can do both. You can have both perspectives it's in a healthy way.
It's on the individual at the end of the day. It's on the man in the mirror to dictate how you move out here.
In the mirror. Oh, yeah. Asking him to change his ways. No difference could have made it better. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make that change. R.P. Michael Jackson, man.
Rest in peace to the GOAT, one of the GOATs.
Oh, yeah, man.
It's a choice. It's always a choice.
I might be going left with this comment, but I feel the need to say it.
Say it then. Put it out there, man.
Speak your mind.
It's a question.
Okay.
Real, we were listening to this earlier. Where is the real separation between us? Really? Is it because you have your own localized field of energy and I have mine and you have yours and every other living thing has its? What really differentiates me from you? Because I don't exist without you. I don't exist without something outside of myself. I don't exist without other people. I don't exist without other things, other trees, oxygen,
that's
hydrogen
so
atoms. I don't exist without the sun, the stars, and everything else that inhabits this existence that's existing in this now moment.
I'm gonna say the fact that you can go home every night because you play football. You know, day in it's 2 days when you out there on the field with your brothers and y'all going through the same struggle. Y'all doing this. Y'all taking buses to different schools. You know, you going to football camp. When you having these experiences with these people, y'all grow a bond that's tight and inseparable. Real coming from a military aspect. You in them barracks with your what do they call your squad mates or
Lord
whatever
have
it's
mercy.
called.
Lord have
So I
mercy.
feel like the
Man said
more
barracks.
the more experience yeah the barracks
What-
the
what you
more
know about the barracks?
experiences and the more experiences and just life shared with somebody will grow you closer to the fact that it's like, hey, you know how close you can get with somebody you play football with.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say that.
But there's a certain inseparability that comes with just everything. Like I can't, like if it's literally just if I'm just existing because I exist, that means that like literally like I just came out of nowhere. But I couldn't have come out of nowhere. I literally grew out of this existence. There's no separability. And what I'm trying to say is it goes even deeper to the community mindset that I'm trying to get across, that we're all trying to get across. It's that whether we realize it or not, we literally are all experiencing this thing together. This, whatever this is,
Yeah.
however you want to spin this shit, we all experience this shit together as one composite whole. Everything is existing simultaneously at the same motherfucking time. There's no real separation, but we create separation within our minds because of the language that we use, because of the way we approach life. I need to build a life for myself, but is this life not something that I'm literally sharing with everybody else? Going into the black, I was talking to Ohe about this. The reason that the Black Renaissance was so successful is because if you win, my nigga, I win. If you win, I win, and he wins, and all those other motherfuckers that I don't know, they win as well. They win as well. So there's no real winning or losing. It's just us coexisting together. I feel as if somehow, some way, we need to get that psyche back within ourselves.
Yeah.
And understand that, bro, at the end of the day, all these little things that we use to separate ourselves, like this is my body, this is your body. No, bro, we all are sharing the same extended body. We are all sharing the same experience together. And it's really, honestly, it's really common sense.
Bro, I'm gonna say this too. Like, I feel like so life, history repeats itself. Life is all about cycles, right? You said earlier, things die. I mean, things are born and they die. Then the thing that you were missing about that, things die so that new life can be created.
Right.
I feel like throughout times of history, we have certain decades where we're more unified. Like we were talking about the 70s earlier, on that Black Power shit, Black Panther. The 90s was a golden age of Black people, period. We talking music, we talking acting, fashion. Like that was a golden age for Black people. Now, I don't know if we've hit that golden age yet, as far as the what is it, the 21st century. Even going back, like there are certain periods where just Black people were more tighter. After Reconstruction, post Civil War, post Great Depression, like there's certain pockets in history where it repeats itself when we where we get on the same page. So I feel like we kind of due for that period. I don't know if we hit it yet, but I feel it coming, bro. Because us having this conversation, I put something on my Instagram, just about I think I reposted that or something like that, and then I put my own 2 cents about it. I just made some comments about it, and I had a lot of people that was feeling me, bro. They was like, "Yo, we tired of this gun violence shit. We tired of Black people that we know getting killed." So a lot of Black people are getting sick of it. So the unification is further down the line. I see it coming, bro.
Like I said in the beginning of the show, I said, hey, I'm really tired. Like I'm drained of seeing the same shit, just
Bruh,
just
yes.
different day. Like who else is it going to be? And I pray Lord behold, I hope, and I'm gonna say your name because I really fuck with you. I really fuck with you. I hope it's not you, Cole. I swear it's not you. I hope it's not you.
You know why it's not gonna be Cole? Because Cole doesn't put that energy out there, and he moves the way he's supposed to move. If you don't want a bullet finding you. And I mean, I know
find anybody though, bro.
But I mean, yeah, that is right. That is right. That is right. That is I'm gonna say that is a different set of reality that I'm not talking about. What I'm talking about is Takeoff. Motherfuckers might not agree with this, motherfuckers might bash me for this, but my nigga, you and a lot of rappers rap this gangsta and killing lifestyle, and then motherfuckers is surprised when a bullet finds you. It was by accident. It was, but like, you got to think about who is around you. The energy that you put out is going to find you somewhere, and that energy will circle back to you with the bullet.
That's some real
God
shit.
rest your soul. I don't want to disrespect the life that you were, the impact that you had on hip hop culture and people as a whole. You were a king, but at the end of the day, all real gangsters know if you're gonna preach that gangster shit, you're gonna live that gangster shit, you're gonna act like you gangster and shit. Gangster shit gonna find you. And like I said, the bullet was by accident. But I mean, like, that was gangster energy finding you back. What did you tell me, real? Because I don't keep up with social media and shit. You said that motherfucking, it was over a dice game, and one of Quavo's people, motherfucking, just pulled out a gun on another nigga and then shot, trying to be gangster, and the gangster energy fucking hit somebody that it wasn't supposed to hit.
It killed Takeoff.
No, I agree with that, bro.
Enough said.
Like, it's a tragedy, no doubt. Like, I completely feel for that. Takeoff, like I said, Takeoff was my favorite Migo until like Culture too, bro. Like, Takeoff carried a lot of them early projects, and when you heard his voice, it was like, yo, like, his flow was just so unique. It was something that you ain't really heard like that. So, I mean, he was well talented, but I gotta agree with Zaylen. Like, if you're constantly putting, and then the Migos, they warped. They became more poppy and they were doing different stuff with their rapping. But it does come back to the end of the day, like, the energy you put out circles and you know what I'm saying, eventually might come back to you. It may not come back to you at that moment, but yo, like you said, the Coles, the Chance the Rappers, the currencies, the people that move a certain type of way, for the most part, they ain't even gotta have security with them. And I know a lot of people will try to be gangster and not have security, but really be needing it. But a nigga like Cole, I don't feel like he gonna need security.
But then again, that nigga was riding on a bike looking homeless. Everybody don't even, when that nigga be on the side of the road, them motherfuckers, oh, he's just homeless. This ain't,
You don't even recognize
you
him.
don't even recognize that nigga.
To add on, God rest another soul, Nipsey Hussle. Once again, you know, and I said this inside the car too while we were still driving out. You know, Nipsey obviously set the foundation for building Black-owned businesses, you know, to creating like an entrepreneurship brand.
He inspired me to create my brand.
Same here with my record label and clothing line. But once again, Nip had his like tattoo like right here on his arm. It said, "You live by it, you die by it." Unfortunately, he still had ties to the set, the Rolling 60s Crips, right? And I just find it fucked up how society, well, 3 years ago, you know, was crying over his death. Oh, Nip this and Nip that. But where was y'all at when Nipsey was doing the game banging shit to other Black men, to other Black communities, to other communities?
That's something we gotta address too as the Black community, because I feel like in the eyes of other races, it gets to the point where it's like, yo, it's like almost like a cry wolf type situation.
Yeah,
where it's like, yo, we screaming, you know, rest in peace. This has really been killing me, bro. Like, when you know the super gangster niggas that get killed and they be on t-shirts with the angel wings.
Yeah.
We're like,
King
all right, bro.
Vaughn.
So y'all don't even want to talk about Vaughn, because Vaughn was my dog. But it's just like,
we doing solutions, right? Ain't nothing off limit. We got to stay open. Vaughn is included in that conversation. Vaughn is a perfect example of this nigga trying to be, well, not even trying to, because this nigga was a gangster, doing that gangster shit.
He was a real gangster.
Doing that killer shit, and killer shit found you. Gangster shit found you. And once again, you know, we're going to keep saying it because, I mean, you know, we know how sensitive you motherfuckers are. We don't want to get canceled. So rest in peace, Vaughn. You know what I mean? It's real love and it's real respect right there, of course. But my nigga, like, that's the life that you live. And once again, I'm gonna say it again, all real gangsters know you want to live that life, you got to take what come with it. And going back to what I said earlier, you have the freedom to live whatever life you want, but you are not free from the consequences that come with that freedom.
That's a gem, bro.
Mm.
I want to
got that
say,
from pops, grandpops, because I don't have a pops.
you got a pops.
I mean, I got a sperm donor.
He just ain't there.
Yeah, that nigga, you know that? Remember that in the text I sent you, bro? That nigga text me saying, "Hey, buddy, I ain't seen you in a while." I'm like, nigga, who is this? This nigga didn't even spell nothing right. This your daddy, bitch.
Spell your name Jale.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go ahead and let you know, just in case you're watching this, don't hit me up unless you got money from my moms or my grandparents, because those are the motherfuckers that raised me. Or you can give me money too. I don't give a fuck.
Man, that's the seed that he sowed, bro. That's
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
what it is. But I want to say this, bro. Like I feel like, yo, we can't. The hypocrisy, we got to work on that too as a black community, because like, yo, we can't be bumping this guy talking about, you know, how many bodies he got, and I'm about to do this when I see the ops and all this. But then when he get killed, it's like we trying to, like, okay, we can celebrate his life, but at the end of the day, it's like you said, like we know what he was about. So let's not try to act like he was innocent and all that, because okay, like in the black community. Hip hop has grown to the fact where it surpasses the black demographic. But a lot of these other races will look at it and be like, yo, like, y'all talking about this dude? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, but
So,
I ain't gonna lie, my
they get
grandparents
tired.
be saying shit like that. They just be like, well, I mean, are you surprised?
No saying, right.
Yeah,
That's how you gotta say, well, I mean.
I mean, nah.
I mean, hey, but at the end of the day, like you said, bro, we all here, but it's certain experiences that shape us and that mold us.
Yeah.
So I got a lot of respect for the people that come from the survivalist mentality that raise up above that. Like my man is Nas, bro. Nas, Nas is my
That's a king.
man. I can't even say Nas is top 2, bro. It's Wayne and then it's Nas, but I love Nas because the growth in him is so visual. Like he came into hip hop at the perfect time. He came in during the golden age where shit was cracking in New York. It was all
History.
It was all in the streets. Like it was grimy. Like hip hop was some grimy gangster shit. He was in that demographic. He was a gangster rapper. But look at him now. He dropping, you know, King's Disease,
3.
King's Disease 2, 3. He's dropping this positive music. And not to say that he's a backpack rapper. He's not like that. Like he's still, you can still feel the essence of who Nas is. But yo, Google Nas. Look at Nas in 93, 94. Look at them pictures of Nas. He's a straight street nigga. Like,
Okay, so I'm gonna just say this.
crazy.
I'm gonna just say it, and I'm
You
gonna
about
leave
to
it.
say
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. Nas has not dropped a good album
Fuck out of
since
here,
like
bro.
2001, nigga. And like, don't get me wrong, you know I fuck with King's
Come on,
Disease
he
1
tripping.
and 2.
He
These
tripping.
last couple of years, he dropped some heat. But nigga,
Magic?
Well, Magic was like
Yeah,
2.
yeah,
You know I fuck with Magic.
Exactly.
You know I fuck with Magic.
King's
But like,
Disease 1,
nigga, this
Magic,
nigga went
King's
from
Disease 2.
2001 to 2021. This nigga ain't dropped nothing good since.
That's a
Meanwhile,
lie,
you
bro.
got
Hip hop.
You got my nigga Jay-Z.
Hold on, dog.
Jay-Z, maintain it, nigga. Maintain it.
Jay-Z,
Yo, we talk about this all the time, bro. You know how I feel about this shit.
Bro, you about to make me go into my Spotify.
Go ahead and go to your Spotify. Nigga.
Jay-Z, I
Go
feel
to
like
your Spotify.
he's just OG in the game. Like he gets respect for the influence. Ain't nobody checking for no Jay-Z, bro.
Nigga, ain't nobody checking for no Nas, but niggas are guaranteed gonna get a Jay-Z over a Nas. And I'm not saying, and I feel,
That's
I know
your
what you're gonna
perspective.
say when I
That's
say
your
this.
perspective. That's-
I know what you're gonna say when I say this. Numbers really don't matter. But there's a reason why Jay-Z is hopping on the track with Drake. That's why Drake has
Yo.
Jay-Z on his track, on a track, damn near every
What
single
were he
album.
talking about?
Because they know that Drake is the new Jay-Z. And Jay-Z can drop a verse and everybody's listening to it. That God did verse. Nigga caught
Hype.
some buzz.
Hype.
Hey, hype, nigga.
Hype.
That shit was fire.
They gave my man
You know what? I'm
7
blessed.
minutes on the track and gave Wayne like 16 bars. Come on, man.
You know what? I guarantee you it was willingly because they got respect for Jay-Z. Because who
Well,
else
Wayne-
is really a GOAT other than Jay-Z and Wayne?
Well,
Like, let's
Wayne
be
would
real.
tell you. Wayne said that his GOAT was Jay-Z.
Absolutely.
And we got Mr. Carter, so I
And
mean,
no
there could be
disrespect to
some-
Nas. No disrespect to Nas.
No, you ain't saying that because Nas is solidified, bro.
Right,
Hey,
right.
fuck what Jalen talking about. Yo, check out this album called Life is Good, man. Is Nas dropped in 2012. That's one of my favorite Nas albums. He has just go and check out this song called. It's a good breakup song. It's called "Bye Baby." It's when he divorced his wife Khalees. Check that out. Check out the song "Daughters." It's a song he made about his daughters growing up
You pulled
and
up your Spotify.
basically him, huh?
You pulled up your Spotify.
I did. Okay, nigga. So anyway, check out damn, bro, you made me forget. "Bye Baby." Check out "Daughters," and he had a song with what's his name? Charlie Wilson on there too. But just check out the whole album, bro. That Life is Good album, man. In addition to the King Disease 1 and 2, and then King Disease 3 is coming out soon. Y'all check that. Check Magic. Nas got. I don't know what.
And
he's
no
talking
cap,
about.
I'm listening to that new King's Disease.
I don't know what
I'm
he's
ready
talking
for it.
about.
That shit
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah,
nice.
yeah.
And I'm just saying, bro, Jay-Z's better than that.
When is the
That's all I'm
last
saying.
good Jay-Z album?
4 for 44. You almost won a
It
Grammy.
was Magna Carta.
You're wild.
Holy
4
Grail.
for 44 almost won a Grammy.
4 for 4 was a talking point. It was like, let's see what Jay-Z talking about, but nobody's going back to that album.
Bro, what you mean, Story of OJ, Family Feud,
Youngboy
motherfucking Marcy
body
Me. You're
I
crazy.
listen to Youngboy more than Jay-Z.
That's because you're wild.
I don't even listen to Youngboy,
You're
but it's
wild.
better than I don't listen to
4 for
Youngboy
44?
anymore.
Honestly, when's the last time you heard 4 for 44 though? Because that's a grown man album. I guarantee when it released, it didn't touch us the same way. But I guarantee you
That's
dropped
true.
it. You listen to that shit
True.
shit now, bro. I'm telling you, go back and listen to it, bro. Go back and
all
listen to it.
of the remixes of Jay-Z's 4 for 4 album were better than his shit. You had the Family Feud that Drake
With Lil
did.
Wayne and Drake.
Better than the shit that Jay-Z
It was.
did.
It was.
I know,
It was.
nigga. And then
But like, nigga, you got
Young
Lil
Boy
Wayne and
story
Drake. That's
all day
like,
was
like,
better.
come on now, Lil Wayne and Drake versus Jay-Z.
it don't matter. He's supposed to be the GOAT, ain't he?
Nigga, that don't mean nothing.
Wayne gave him his verse over him. He's supposed to be the GOAT, right?
Like, come on now, come on.
Put
now.
Wayne on the track and put Jay-Z on the track. Who you take?
Nigga, who has been checking for
Who you
Nas
checking?
since 2001
Nigga.
before King's Disease?
We sitting
For
over
real.
here talking about these albums. What you talking about?
Nigga, no one knows Life is Good. Nobody knows that shit. And I guarantee you, have you heard of Life is Good? No! No. Nobody, like, come on now. Nobody knows anything
Sorry.
between 2001 and
Sorry,
King's
Nas.
Disease. I guarantee you. And once again, love for Nas, but like,
Jay-Z
nigga,
ain't been the
come
same
on.
since he started growing that goddamn tropical palm tree on his head.
Nigga, that's spiritual shit. Real, talk to this man, bro. Talk to this man about palm trees.
I had locks, nigga. I know about that shit.
Listen, man. I would
No
say
comment.
Jay-Z is the bigger culture, better icon than Nas is, but Nas is the better lyricist.
Nas is a
I
better
say that,
rapper.
better rapper.
Nas
Yeah,
is a better
that.
rapper to
because
this
like
day.
Jay-Z
I agree with
is
that.
Sean Carter, you know, like Rockefeller.
He's
right?
a brand.
Right.
He's a
But
brand.
Nas is like the philosopher, some knowledge itself. They hit you with
And
some
Nas
stuff.
is still, he can still drop prolific shit to this day.
Mhm.
Now, what you say, Drake is the new Jay-Z? Jay-Z is known for that. He's braggadocious. It's kind of like
His
how
confidence.
Ross, it's
Right,
kind of like how
confidence.
Ross brings a certain element to the track.
Exactly.
I got Ross' book over there too, Hurricanes. But, yeah, hold it up.
Hold on, bro. I'm trying to find it. Where that? Because, bro, Ross. You know,
Ross.
niggas like
I
we
love
love Ross.
Rosé.
Nigga.
We got to get some of that Rose Moet, bro. But
I'm trying to tell you.
No, Luke Belair Rose.
Oh yeah, the best.
But so
So see,
Ross,
like you shitting on Jay-Z, bro,
Hold
because
on,
Jay-Z will drop a verse and that shit is hot as fuck. What's free?
Right. It's
Yes,
a
it
conversation.
is.
It's like, yo, okay. So most of the stuff out here be on the Breakfast Club. It's like, yo, Jay-Z dropped the verse. All right, let me go check it. I'm gonna hear it, but I'm not coming back to it.
You not coming back to it.
What do
You like
what
Nas,
do
you
coming
like
back to?
Nas better than Jay-Z. But
Okay.
I'm telling you, as a totality, most people, and I ain't gonna say most people, but as a
I'm gonna say
totality,
that's
as being
perception.
objective as you possibly can from a music perspective, Jay-Z has a bigger impact and is a better overall artist. I agree with what you said, Will.
I
when
agree
You
with
said
the
that
impact.
he's a better lyricist and a pure hip hop motherfucker.
Impact
But in
Jay-Z
terms
out,
in terms of like an artist and in terms of making better music, Jay-Z makes better music. 4 for 44, but I don't care what you say. I want you to go back to that album. That was a solid album.
I was just about to say, send me, because we talking about going replay value. Send me some Jay-Z to listen to.
All right, I got you.
I'm gonna
Nigga, we
check it out.
can we can turn the cameras off. I got 5 Jay-Z songs right now that you'd be like, okay, I see what you're saying, Jay.
Oh, that's yo, me impersonating.
My motherfucking dog. You dick a dick.
Nah, I was saying though before Jalen so really interrupted me. So niggas like Ross, niggas like Jay-Z bring a certain air to a track. Like Ross calls it what is it, luxury rap.
Luxury rap. Yeah.
So when you hear Ross, it just got that sound to it.
Jay-Z brings that braggadocious like swagger to a track, but that don't mean that he spitting bars like that.
Mm.
Like I feel like his wordplay ain't been crazy since like Magna Carta. Like 4 for 4 is a storytelling album. It's like, yo, this is what's going on in my life. And maybe that's why it didn't really appeal to me like that. Cause it's like, yo,
it
we
was a
just
grown man album. It's like even at this age, it shouldn't appeal to us.
and it's just like, bro, you just telling us about your life, but Nas got the wordplay and he got the knowledge he kicking to you. So
But then again,
But that's
Story
just
of
me.
OJ was a
That's
song
just
for
me.
the whole culture. He was putting us on game. He was talking about Jewish motherfuckers when Kanye's just now bringing it up. He was talking about how Jewish motherfuckers own all the property in America. You know what I'm saying? He was making a song for the culture. That honestly, he was making a song for that whole album was for the culture. The whole album. It was a therapy session, but it was for the culture.
Mm.
But I respect where you're coming from because I know what type of mind you got with hip hop. I already know what type of ear you got. You know what I mean? I respect what you're saying. You know what I mean? I just also respectfully disagree. And I'm pretty sure you would say the same thing about me.
man, it is what it is, bro. I mean, but yo, I think I think we about to wrap it up for the show.
Yeah, I got
That do, hey,
Well, I gotta
Jay-Z, do say.
already, nigga.
But yo, this has been the Peace of Mind podcast. This was a deep one, man. We really got into the Black community and talked about some issues. So we have the light episodes, but we also try to hit you with some knowledge too. And this whole conversation, you may have your own personal opinions to the different points that we presented here tonight, but we just want to get the conversation going. So, hey, once we post this, man, engage with us. Hit us up. Let us know what you think about it.
Comment below. Like we want the engagement. It doesn't matter if you disagree with us. It's okay. We want people to agree and disagree with us because the point is to spread this light. And at the end of the day, we are all sources of light, trying to just make a more peaceful world. So please, we want to engage with you. We want to talk to you. Please, just reach out to us. We small time now, so we can talk to you niggas. You know what I'm saying? So just reach out to us.
on y'all.
We are kings in flesh. We are gods in flesh. All of us, man. And that's all we want to do is see the same thing happen within every other individual.
We're just here to have that conversation. Where we're not here to judge. We respect everybody's opinion. Whether you this way, it don't matter. Just speak your mind, and we hope you continue to enjoy our content.
Yes, sir. All right. Wrapping it up, man. Once again, your boy Ron. Get at me on Instagram @_King Coop. If y'all want to follow me on Twitter is, if you like our dialogue here, Twitter is what I do on there. I just be popping, whatever I'm feeling at the moment. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's @Young Sneak Freak. Used to be a sneakerhead back in the day. So, hey, I'm working right now just on producing the podcast. I had to step up and fill a role because of some technical difficulties that we had. But
hey, no, for real. Let me go give my nigga homage, bro. My nigga, bro, we all are busy. We all work 40+ hour weeks. My man spends all the time trying to make sure that this shit is edited, produced properly, and it has some fucking seasoning on this shit too. So shout out to my nigga Ron, bro. For I gotta get you your flowers while you're here. So thank you, bro.
Appreciate it,
sir.
Absolutely. So you can hit me up on Instagram. To be honest, I'm not a big social media person, so I probably only have an Instagram. Once again, @King Sage, KJNGSAGE. What I got going on right now is I'm investing into my own brand. My brand is I Am Royalty. I'm going to be coming out with clothes, and eventually I want to make it bigger. I'm also going to be trying to make clothes for our podcast, and I'm also going to be writing a book. Stay tuned for that. Very, very excited. A lot of exciting things coming up in the future for me and for everybody I end up connecting with.
that's what's up, man.
It's your boy Rel. Follow me on the gram @JERREL @0597. I got my own record label, Preliminary Records and Preliminary Apparel. Like my main goal is to build my shit like Dreamville and like NITD, baby steps, but we getting there, and stay tuned for more content on the way.
And the most important thing you need to understand is that Jay-Z is better than us.
Hey man, we about to play some Nas and some damn Jay-Z.
Yeah, we about to go. We
man.
about to have a versus in
Peace of mind.
Peace of mind.
God damn! Won't that some motherfucking legendary shit? Boys, we did it.